Contemporary Taiwanese delights in Emeryville.
I can taste it now.
A storied spot for dining al fresco in San Francisco.
Pork chop on a whole new level.
And traditional Ethiopian cuisine in Oakland.
This is comfort food to me.
Just ahead on Check Please Bay Area.
How does it get that color? We put turmeric.
I could tell. I could smell it.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests, and each one recommends one of their favorite spots, and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. Joining me at the Check Please table today are nonprofit consultant Aparna Kothari, resident services coordinator Alex Dazan, and bakery owner Lenora Glover Holloway. Welcome, everyone. How are you?
Great, fantastic.
Aparna's up first. She's found a tiny place that tempts her taste buds with dishes inspired by the night markets and street festivals of Taiwan. Whenever she's craving a comforting bowl of spicy noodles or delicate tofu sheets, she heads to Emeryville, home to Good to Eat.
Good to Eat is a place where everything is like clean, layered with the simple but great flavor. And that's what we imagine a good meal should be like.
In Taiwan, anytime you see anyone, you always say Japan bang. So the English is, are you eating yet? So that's how Taiwanese say hello. If you answer no, not yet, don't worry, because the kitchen always have some food for you.
Yeah, mochi.
Wow, mochi dance. What we want to offer is really more Taiwanese cuisine, more Taiwanese flavors. Introduce the fermentation. We have a grill station, but also how we incorporate the local ingredient. Everything small batch made. Our menu is meant for ordering bunched together and share, and you can have a fancy big meal, or you can have some small snack.
And today's special is always last minute. I want to cook that because I'm doing the menu every morning by myself.
In Taiwan, there's a very specific kind of banquet called roadside banquet. So last year, we just went back to Taiwan. She brought me to witness one of the roadside banquets. Blow my mind that in one day, all the very delicate dish all roll out to the tables.
So this is why I really want to bring this kind of delicate, old-school Taiwanese food here.
And everyone so happily dining together, cheering with each other. When customers just step in, we want them to see our beautiful open kitchen and all of our team members.
We want to represent Taiwanese hospitality. I love to see the happiness every day. Even I'm cooking at the kitchen, I cannot see every customer face, but I still can hear the sound.
This is very important to us because we as immigrants, we as queer,
How are you?
we are building our new chosen family over here. When the food is carefully being made, when it's sincerely being served, a new synergy, new connection will be formed. And that's what we feel an ideal restaurant should be like. This is the energy we need the most.
All right, Aparna, now this is a tiny place tucked away, and you're a vegetarian. Is that kind of what drew you to this spot?
That was a secondary reason. I really like trying different cuisines, and I hadn't had Taiwanese cuisine before, and I saw it and then noticed they had a lot of vegetarian items, so it was perfect.
And what do you typically get when you go?
Oh, I always look at the grilled items first. They kind of rotate them around a little bit, but this time I had the grilled tofu sheets. It's almost like a tofu puff pastry that is grilled and then covered with a salt and pepper coating that has some other spice in it. I couldn't tell you what it is, but it was addictive and it was delicious and really different.
I heard both these two go, All right, Lenora, what about you?
My husband and I started with the oyster mushrooms on skewers with this delicious soy sauce, and they're so cute. It's like you get 2 of them that look like they have been folded, and oh my God, I can taste it now. They were so good. I had that with a black rice tea. They roast it. Oh my God, the aroma, the taste, it is so good.
And unique.
Yes, very unique.
We had the braised pork belly that was a special of the day. The broth was phenomenal. It's almost like what you would taste with like a cola braise on the pork, but it's not that heavy or that thick. Not only was it like a flavorful, sweet, savory dish, it's extremely textural.
Pork belly should melt in your mouth.
It should. And you should be able to chew on that fat a little bit, just, savor that.
Yeah, my favorite dish that evening that we went was the Taiwanese soy glazed eggplant. It's kind of a open face eggplant that becomes this kind of melty texture, and it has a glaze and chilies. And what I like about their food is it's spiced, but it's not super spicy. It was very flavorful and perfect with the rice.
We also had the grilled squid that night. That was one of the specials list. I'm a big fan of savory and sweet and salty. And those three things together, it's that texture, that sweet. If you guys like pickled vegetables, the pickled vegetables they gave with the squid are to die for.
Any other dishes?
Yeah, we got the GTE spicy noodles, which again are not very, very spicy, but they're excellently spiced and very textural. There's fried shallots, the noodles, and just really savory. A perfect main dish.
I agree. Actually, when it comes to noodles, I'm a textural tyrant. Like, for noodles, they gotta be that chewy texture, and they have the perfect chew to their noodle.
Yes. I had the shrimp and tofu, and it's like, wow, it comes out looking like a type of Alfredo, but it doesn't taste like it, of course. It was so good and creamy, a little kick in spices. I like spice. I love spice.
You're fiery.
Yeah, I'm fiery, girl. And yeah, the shrimps were tender, delicious.
Did your husband get any bites, or did you
No.
throw that one too?
No, he didn't get any bites. I didn't want to share, but he had the eggplant noodles, and he just loved that. He said, I haven't had eggplant in years, and this is so fantastic. So this is a place that we told Angie we're coming back. Yeah.
We got dessert. It was a roasted oolong tea cheesecake.
Yes.
It was delicious.
Yes. It was light.
Yeah, it was light. It had this
very
roasted
light.
taste. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was the only one that liked it at my table, so I got the whole thing. I think it was a roasted taste. My kids weren't that into that.
Yeah, and affordability.
The pricing was steep, but again, the nice thing is that you're not only paying for just a meal, you're paying for the experience.
Yes.
And they're so passionate about that.
Right, very passionate.
Very.
You can not just see the love, but you can taste it in eating their food. It is so fantastic. Yeah, I can't wait. We may go.
You're making everybody hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, definitely go back. It's a nice place for a little date night. If you know,
Yes.
the area is perfect, so you go there, start your night there, and plenty to do after.
All right, if you would like to try Good to Eat, it's located on 65th Street in Emeryville, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $40. Alex's restaurant takes the typical date night concept of dinner and a movie to a whole new level. For more than 2 decades, it's been a mecca for classic movie buffs who love dining under the stars. Serving seasonal California Mediterranean bites in the heart of San Francisco's Mission District, it's Foreign Cinema.
Foreign Cinema is planted in the heart of what was once the Miracle Mile, which was a hugely popular shopping area and movie destination in the Mission. When you see it from the outside, it's a little unassuming.
Entering the portal doors, going down the long hallway that leads you to an oasis outside is very unexpected.
I think both of us have been part of an art scene in San Francisco since the early 80s.
And we always have believed in celebrating the history of cinema.
Movies start at dusk. It's a 3-platter projector. It is 35 millimeter.
And when you hear the flicker of that projector and you see the images on the wall, it really is something quite special.
You ready? All right.
The menu is fun. Very fresh California, Mediterranean inspired. And this space is commanding. The tall ceilings, the outdoors, the amber lights, the skylight at dusk, the open kitchen, the bar. The food really has to replicate that kind of feeling and that vibe. So we try and imbue every layer on the plate with robust flavor so it's very satisfying and it sort of meets the space. And we want to give you that sense of escape from the daily world.
We've learned that some movies are so popular, people sit and watch the movie and then they want to watch it again. We'd never ask anybody to leave.
it's easy to just fall into like a dream here. That's what we want, definitely.
Okay, first thing I got to ask is, are you a classic film buff?
Oh, God, I love me some old movies, the black and white movies, which I wish they would have more of there. So if they're watching, we've seen so far Gone with the Wind there, Goonies, and this last time we got to see The Sound of Music.
Oh, well, who doesn't love The Sound of Music? Come on.
1965. Julie Andrews.
Christopher Plummer. I know. I love it.
Yeah, the ambiance is magical. I love The Sound of Music. It is probably my favorite movie of all time. So when I saw that was playing, it was just perfect. And they have these heat lamps on. It's like nice and warm. There's a movie. It's like the old drive-in little speaker next to you. It was perfect.
Talk about some of the dishes that you get. What do you start with?
Starting, I always get my bread. The bread is nice, soft. It always comes out fresh and warm.
Yes.
Definitely not a sweet bread, but that's what the butter's for. The butter, the honey inside the butter.
So jealous. I don't know why I didn't get this.
We got some bread lovers.
And we started with the prongs cocktail. There were 8 prongs that we dipped into this delicious cocktail sauce, and it was enough to share.
Right.
Loved it. Juicy, tender.
For starters, we also had the Iberico chicharrones. I'm a snacker. I love small little snacks that's crunchy, and those things. I mean, my liquor store cracklins, but just on a whole nother level.
When you got Iberico jamon con and you're making
it. The seasoning that they put on top, which give it a nice kick, it was a perfect start to the whole meal.
So we started with the baked cheese with a lot of different accoutrements. So there was toasted crostini, there were some different vegetables. It was a really good start. You can't go wrong with cheese. Warm cheese.
Warm cheese.
And then we also had a salad. It was kind of a green goddess dressing. It had fennel and some grapefruit, and it was nice. I will say, I wish they had a few more vegetarian options. I think I was just looking for a little bit more variety.
More options.
So I had the Pacific cod with the manila clams and this broth. It was so delicious. It was not enough to share with my daughter nor my husband. And it was just creamy. And then it had saffron. And the cod was just perfectly cooked. It was just wonderful.
For me, I always get the 5-spice duck breast. Really powerful on the spices. You can definitely taste the cinnamon, you can taste the clove.
Yes.
But the 2 nice little toppers on that dish are definitely the pomegranate and the quacklins.
Quacklins, that's
quacklins.
cute. Okay, quacklins.
They're salty, crispy, and then the pomegranate seeds throw that nice sweet tart to it.
That's what my husband was saying.
Right.
Yeah. Nick, who was our server, oh my God, he is a blessing. So my husband has a nut allergy.
Which can be very serious.
But he loves duck. So before it was brought out, Nick came back just to confirm with my husband, can you have hazelnut? And my husband said, yes, that I can have. And I was just really thankful that he was concerned like that.
And did your husband like the spiciness?
Yeah, he really loved that duck. He really loved it.
We had the lavender brine pork chop. It was, to me, a backyard barbecue pork chop on a whole new level. Not a really huge presence of the lavender, but not a bad thing. The flavors were all very well balanced. The cranberry beans, a bean I've never had, and it had more of like a baked potato texture off those big old chunky beans that was to die for. The smoked flavor was so good. And the broccoli rabe, the way that they cooked it was perfect for the pork with the juices, the small char on the floret, but still keeping the stem crisp and firm, all paired so nice.
And did you wash it down with anything? They have quite an extensive and well-known wine list as well as cocktail list.
I got a non-alcoholic. I got a rose lemonade. I really like rose-flavored things, and I feel like it's a risk sometimes because it can often veer into too rosy, but this was perfect. It was a little fizzy, and so it was really delicious.
So desserts.
We had the buttermilk panna cotta with a passion fruit jelly on top, and it was my favorite dish of the night. It was perfectly set. The jelly was just a nice tartness to the sweetness of the panna cotta, and anything with passion fruit I will get. So I was immediately drawn to that on a menu, but I would go back for that and sit and watch a movie, and I would be thrilled.
Talk about the price.
It was a little pricey. Everything overall was great. It was great. The service was fantastic. The food was okay. But overall, everything was great.
And it sounds like it's your date night go-to spot.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's not a restaurant. It's an experience. Every time I go there, I tell my wife, I feel like I'm in a French or Italian grotto watching a movie and having some food. It's really an experience.
All right, if you would like to try foreign cinema, it's located on Mission Street in San Francisco, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $80. Lenora's favorite place offers a truly hands-on dining experience. Whenever she's craving savory samosas, fresh baked injera, and other traditional East African delights, she heads to Oakland, home to Barcote Ethiopian restaurant.
The name of the restaurant is Barcote Ethiopian restaurant. That means in our language is a blessing. We have vegan food, we have meat, and we have seafood also. I bring all the spices from back home. It's gonna be cardamom. Cardamom, that's the main spice for all the food. This is kitfo. Kitfo is the base food in Ethiopia. So that's a raw meat. And there is cottage cheese and dry collard green also together.
Oh my.
So that's our specialty. Injera is made of teff and barley and wheat. It stays for 2 days fermented. So we make it like a bread. You know, back home actually, all the family, we always share the food. If people, they never eat Ethiopian food, we show them. It's with hand. So they have to scoop the injera and eat it. So they will love it. The special from Ethiopia is touch, honey wine. Honey wine is the best drinks. We have homemade and it's really good, you know. People come in here, enjoy the food quietly. So a little bit music, though it's not like loud. I want the people sit and enjoy it. My passion is cooking. When the people love the food, they say, the best food. And I said, I am always blessed and always happy.
Now, Lenora, do you eat a lot of Ethiopian food? Is this because there's quite a few restaurants in Oakland?
Yes, especially on Telegraph Avenue.
Right.
And Barcote is one of our favorite. It's so wonderful, not just the food, but the whole entire atmosphere.
They were so kind. They were the nicest people. It felt like home.
Yes.
Yes. I had my toddler with me. He had fallen. They gave him some ice. It was just, I felt like I was walking into like a grandparent's home.
Yes,
it was just
exactly.
so that always starts the meal off really nicely.
Well, we always start out with the appetizers, the veggie and the meat samosas. The veggie is a green lentil, and it's in this little pocket of dough. And then the meat is, I believe, beef. And then they have this nice spicy sauce that we dip it in. And thinking about it now, I'm hungry. And so it is so good.
We had the beef samosas as well. The red chili sauce they pair with that, it's not like any chili sauce that I've had. It's got a kick, which was really, really nice. But it was that pungentness to it that was, it went perfectly with the meat inside.
Yes.
We had the vegetarian combo, which I love Ethiopian food. I grew up on the East Coast, and there's a large Ethiopian community there, and so there are a ton of restaurants. So this is like comfort food to me.
Yes, comfort food.
And for vegetarian, I always know there will be a vegetarian comment without fail.
Right.
And I loved the misirwat, I think it's like a lentil, like a red lentil with that very, very spice. And again, it's like spiced but not spicy. I don't love spicy as much, but I love when things are flavorful. And we liked, there was a cold chickpea kind of puree with green chilies and spices and garlic. I don't know, something about that really just.
And I heard Alex saying, yeah, you like that.
Yes.
We normally get the veggie platter and we try different meats. And this time we had the salmon doule. And it was flaky. They cook it in a skillet with the onions and garlic and other Ethiopian spices. And it goes perfect with the veggie combo. I love taking my injera and picking a little bit of the salmon with the gomen and just fantastic. And I had that with hot spiced Ethiopian tea.
Okay.
And my husband had the Ethiopian beer. So we were, it was like being at home. It was just so, so good.
Right.
We got the meat and veggie combo, which, I mean, the beef and green sauce, I think was one of the best things that I had there. The flavor, the way the chilies come through, the tenderness of that meat, the way that butter falls right apart. And then the injera.
Yeah, injera.
Oh, just scooping that up and eating it right there, it's a perfect,
and it gets soaked
bite.
with all the sauces of everything.
And it seems like the food tastes better when you use your hands versus silverware. It's just really comforting, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything to sip alongside?
We had a flaxseed drink on there, which
We got that.
That was the other thing I had. Yeah,
but it's so good, the creaminess, the nuttiness of it.
We got that too, but it was thick. It was like a thick smoothie, but I was like, this feels healthy.
Right?
Delicious. Healthy and
This
delicious.
feels
We couldn't even, I had to take it home. We couldn't finish it. It was like, I was so full.
Did you guys have any dessert or any other things?
No room for dessert.
No room.
We had leftovers, and my pro tip for injera bread, when I take it home, I like to make grilled cheese out of it. So I highly recommend, or I'll just get it on its own, because it gets really crispy. Like, it's naturally very fluffy and fermented, but you make it grilled cheese. It is so good.
That's a great tip.
Highly recommend.
That's a great tip. So would you go back to this restaurant? Yeah.
Yes, I love Ethiopian food. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
with it for me.
And you agree?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. And to take more people to experience it too, because it's a need to know cuisine.
All right, if you would like to try Barcote Ethiopian restaurant, it's located on Telegraph Avenue in Oakland, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $35. And now, reporter Cecilia Phillips celebrates Black women makers, movers, and shakers at a unique pop-up in San Francisco.
What is Pop-Ups on the Plaza? Yeah, it's this amazing series that we kicked off a couple years ago, and they're highlighting Black-owned businesses throughout the Bay Area. Today we are celebrating Black women makers. We help them with support, like if they don't have equipment to set up. Basically help them get on the ground running and be that stepping stone for them to jumpstart their businesses.
The name of my business is called Mauritius. I specialize in soul food.
And what is one of the things that you're most well known for?
My garlic noodles. And I feel like garlic noodles is a big thing in the Bay Area, so I try to put my little stamp here while I'm here. I get them freshly made from a local noodle company. I put a little Parmesan and I also put a little parsley on top.
So can we have a taste together?
Of course.
I can smell the garlic. Uh-oh. Do you also offer breath mints after? Or?
Oh my gosh, that's a good idea.
The noodles are so good. That's a lot of garlic. Vampires beware. That's my jam. I feel like it's in the name, but what do you all specialize in?
We are a low-sugar, pectin-free jam. All of our flavor notes are designed to enhance cooking, baking, and cocktail making. And that's my jam. Wanted to remove the pectin so that we can lower the sugar. This one is the That's My Jam Pineapple Guava Mint.
Okay, I want to try this one, and then you're going to try the other one.
This is a spicy strawberry fig.
Okay.
Cheers.
Whoa. Takes me right to the islands. That's good.
It's vacation in a jar.
My business is Smoke Soul Kitchen. We specialize in soul fusion food, barbecue, southern recipes, a lot of New Orleans inspired dishes. Two of my favorite dishes are my buttermilk biscuit sandwich, as well as my stuffed waffle sandwich. We make the batter, we stuff it with chicken, we do a little bit of maple drizzle, we flip it, and then when it comes out, we dress it with brown sugar and maple glaze, and it's just a really delicious mashup. All right, so what goes onto your biscuit sandwich? So there's a little maple drizzle on there. It is a scrambled egg, cheddar cheese, a New Orleans style hot link, and then our handmade buttermilk biscuits. That's so pretty. All right, here we go. Oh, that's delicious. Peaches patties. What does the name come from, and what do you specialize in?
The name comes from my mother. Her nickname is Peaches, and she's from Jamaica. She'd make patties all the time. So the patties are Jamaica's baked savory pastry.
So it's almost like a savory pocket, right?
Yeah. The flavor is usually kind of bold and vibrant. The filling is just packed. So whether it's meat or vegetables, you're going to get a mouthful.
Great. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Oh! It is a mouthful. This is how you make a great patty. For people who maybe are thinking about starting a business or trying to get into it, especially like Black women makers and entrepreneurs, what do you have to say about being able to be somewhere like here?
Everybody has imposter syndrome, but you have to look beyond that and say, yeah, I deserve to be here. And yeah, if I work hard, I can get here.
I have to thank my fabulous guests, Aparna Kothari, who tucks into traditional Taiwanese fare at Good to Eat in Emeryville, and Alex Dazan, who treated us to dinner and a movie at Foreign Cinema in San Francisco, and Lenora Glover Holloway, who swears by the spicy meat samosas at Barcote Ethiopian restaurant in Oakland. Join us next time when 3 more guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sabraco, and I'll see you then. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Woo, was it fun? Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at kqed.org/checkplease.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Graham's Port has been family-owned and operated for over 200 years. Available at vintage and finewines.com or your local fine wine retailer. The Bay Area airport that's close and reliable. iFlyOAK.com.
At Sutter, 224 hospitals and care centers never stop caring for 3.4 million Californians. Getting better never stops.
Bravery, caring, kindness. And that's what we live by at SF Fire Credit Union. SF Fire Credit Union, rescuing you from banks.
Crab House at Pier 39 is a family-owned restaurant featuring Dungeness killer crab, shellfish platters, and crab fried rice. Crab House serves fresh, sustainable seafood with stunning views of the San Francisco Bay. Located on Pier 39 in San Francisco, reservations at crabhouse39.com.
And it's exactly how my mom would serve. And that's how you do it. Yeah. There you go. Oh. Low pectin and no sugar. Girl. Oh my God. Well, good. Not live. It's not live. We'll do it again. Okay, so the chicken's inside? Chicken's inside. Oh. I can taste those proprietary spices. Yeah. You're doing it. You're really doing it. Okay, great. That was amazing.